Hey everyone, welcome back to the Halo Forge Epidemic. This is Paint, and I'm here with another Throwback Thursday episode. This time we're looking at an infection map that was created by myself in Halo Reach. The map is called Argile. Now, I wanted to feature this map for a couple of different reasons. The first one being that this is one of my early forges. When I first started forging, it took me, 50 bad maps to get to this point. And Psychoduck will tell you himself, I didn't have the knack for forging right away. I submitted a Cage remake to him, thinking that I was this amazing new forger and that I was going to be recognized instantly. Of course, through time and dedication, I slowly improved over feedback and testing maps. And of course, here I am now. But it took me a while to kind of figure out what my niche was in this crazy forging community that I had stumbled upon. I thought it would be interesting for you guys to see some of my more important stepping stones between when I started forging and where I am now. And also when I started developing some of my better ideas for infection maps, and actually how I put those ideas together to create a balanced forge map. So this is by no means a popular map. It was never played and recognized by tons and tons of people, but I think it had some very interesting qualities to it, and over the course of the video I'll kind of explain why I think that. So let's get into some gameplay now. I'm going to do this a bit differently by showing you guys some gameplay of being infected while I talk a bit more about the map. So Argile is a progressive linear infection map with a little bit of a twist. In the last video I put out, I suggested that someone make a Scorpion tank linear map. So this is actually where that idea started. But Argile is a little bit different, not only because of the Scorpion tank, but also the map has 2 phases instead of your standard 3 phases. Now, what this does is it focuses the gameplay more or less on this epic struggle to stay moving through the city while the infected kind of rain down from the buildings above. So it's not just a chain of 30-second holdouts like we usually see. You're actually going to stay moving for most of the round until, of course, finding the safe room at the end, which is your ultimate goal. So as we switch over to some human gameplay here, you can see that the survivors start out with a mangled Scorpion tank. The main cannon is missing, and so your mission is going to be to move into the city to try to get your tank repaired. Now you'll want to get a gunner on the machine gun turret of the tank, which is still intact. So you keep driving as far as you can get until the first holdout. Now keep in mind, if you are driving, make sure to go slow enough so that your squad can keep up with you. It's pretty important that you give them that haven because along the way the tank is going to be kind of the lifeline for the survivors. Now the Scorpion tank actually has a safe haven built into it, which means that anyone standing in this haven will receive advantages such as radar, damage, shields, as long as the haven still has time remaining in it. So as you can probably guess, staying close to the tank is actually the key to surviving the first phase. Because the first haven lasts up until the point where the door opens, and at this point you get this kind of feeling that maybe the tank isn't worth repairing anymore. So personally I would recommend ditching it. It gets a little more intense because you lose the radar and the adjusted damage and shield settings that the tank provided. Of course you do have the option to bring the tank through. I've seen it done before, but as long as you keep in mind that it does lose the haven when that door opens. So right around this area is a good spot to restock on health and weapons. You can see I grabbed the shotgun and magnum back there. Since you do lose the haven, you feel a little bit more vulnerable. As you can see, I'm scared shitless just trying to get to the safe room, but at the same time keeping an eye on those zombies that were following us. I fell a little bit behind here and it almost got me killed, but luckily I had my handy dandy shotgun. Now the thing about this safe room is it's not completely safe, and although it is a one entrance room, it houses the second haven. The infected have a lot of space outside the room to kind of group up and make a coordinated push, and although we held it together this time, I've seen the survivors get taken out in this phase quite often. So you need to be covering the approaches to the safe room almost from outside or right at the arch of the door, so that you get shots on them before they group up and charge. It can get a bit hectic here, as you can see. By this point the zombies are spawning very close to us. I'm right on the front lines, probably taking more risks than I should be. But at this point we've made it, we survived. The door will close with 10 seconds remaining in the game. There's a dark effect and an explosion that happen at the same time as the door closes. Now the funniest part about the ending is that all the players that were outside of the safe zone kind of just drop dead right in front of the door, so you get a few seconds to taunt them with a victory crouch or whatever you prefer. But that wraps it up for this episode. I actually have a funny clip to leave you guys with. This is a clip I like to call the world's most innocent betrayal. My teammate is driving Banshee, minding his own business, when I decide to fall off the top of the spire and coincidentally land on his Banshee. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video.